Good morning, students. My name is Bhushan Deshmukh. Today we are going to learn about forms of energy. Forms of energy from the unit of work and energy. As in previous lecture, we have learned about work, work and energy, right? What is meant by work? What is meant by energy? Relation between work and energy. What are the different kinds of forces we have learned, right? Relation between the formula for work done, right? Everything that in previous class we have learned. Now in today's class we are going to learn about forms of energy, right? Now let's start this. Forms of energy, right? As we know that the energy is the capacity to do work. Energy means capacity to do work, right? Now the first one type is mechanical energy, right? What will happen as a result of the action in the picture, right? In this picture one, this person is stretching this rubber, right? After when he release this rubber, it gets contracted, right? It comes back to its original position, right? After when we stretch rubber, it get expanded, and when we release, it gets comes to its original position, right? In this second picture, this boy is pulling this rubber backward, and then it releases, right? Then this the potential energy is converted into kinetic energy when he releases the rubber. Then potential energy stored in that piece of stone, converted into kinetic energy, right? The rubber band is released after stretching it. It comes back to its original position. A stone is held in the rubber, right, of a catapult. The rubber is stretched and released. The potential energy stored in the stone gets converted into kinetic energy. Why? Because the stone gets thrown. In the above examples, we see that when the rubber of a catapult is stretched and released, it comes back to original state, right? And the stone flies off. Similarly, when the spring of a toy is wound and then released, the toy starts playing. When water stored at the height is made to fall on a wheel, the wheel starts rotating, right? In each of these actions, displacement takes place, which means that the work is done, right? In every example that is discussed above, the work is done. Why? Because some displacement is happen. From where is the energy obtained to do this work? The energy which is stored in an object due to specific state or position of that object is called its potential energy, right? The energy stored due to a specific state or position of that object is called potential energy, right? Now let's try this. Take two balls, ball 1 and ball 2. Let one of them stand table at the center of table, right? This is at the center of table. Place the second ball on the top of the table, right? Now let us consider this as ball 1, ball 2. This ball at the center of the table, right? Place the second ball on the table and push it so that it hits the first ball, right? You have to push this ball so that it hits the first ball. What happens when the second ball hits the first one? After hitting that second ball to first ball, the ball one, that is red one ball, is also move, right? It also moves. From where did the second ball get the energy so that the first ball is in motion, right? The second ball get the energy that is stored in that ball due to its specific state or position of that ball. Now, the energy that the first ball gets the kinetic energy because it has been moved, right? This is the example for kinetic energy. The energy used for doing mechanical work is called mechanical energy. There are two types of mechanical energy, namely potential energy and kinetic energy. Potential energy is obtained due to the position and kinetic energy by motion, right? That ball gets the energy due to its motion, right? This is the example for kinetic energy. From where did the second ball get the energy to set the first ball in motion? Second ball get the energy due to its motion, right? And that is called kinetic energy. So there are two types of mechanical energy. First one is potential energy and second one is kinetic energy. Potential energy is the energy which is stored in object. Energy stored in object, and kinetic is the energy of moving object. Moving object, right? Now, can you tell in the game of marbles, where did the one marble gets energy to set the another marble in motion? That gets the energy while playing carom. From the where does the striker get the energy to make the pieces move? We give energy to marble or striker and set them in motion. The energy obtained from motion is called kinetic energy, right? In this two, that gets the energy due to motion, right? We set the marble in motion. In carom, we set the striker in motion. Therefore, that object get energy from its motion, and that energy is called kinetic energy, right? Now, have you cleared this? Now, what is meant by mechanical energy? Mechanical energy, the energy required to do mechanical work, is called mechanical energy, right? So forms of energy. The first form of energy we have learned is mechanical energy. Mechanical energy. What is meant by mechanical energy? The energy required to do mechanical work is called mechanical energy. Is called mechanical energy, right? And there are two different types of mechanical energy. First one is the potential energy and second one is the kinetic energy. The potential energy is the energy stored in object due to its specific position or state. Kinetic energy, it is the energy obtained due to its motion, right? Energy obtained due to motion of object, right? The example for potential energy is water stored in a dam, right? That is the energy stored in body. Energy due to position of object. Energy due to motion of object. Right. Now second one, example of potential energies, water stored in dam, right? Water stored in dam. Here the example of kinetic energy is moving car, right? The formula for potential energy is mgh, where m is the mass of object, g is the acceleration due to gravity, and h is height. And here the formula for kinetic energy is half mv square. M is the mass of object, v is the velocity of object, right? Have you cleared this? Now revise this mechanical energy, topic of mechanical energy, the first form of energy that we have learned. Okay, revise it, then I will ask you questions based on it. Okay, and revise that the difference between potential energy and kinetic energy. Okay, students, have you revised? Now tell me rule number 5, what is meant by potential energy? Right. The energy stored in an object is called potential energy, right? Now rule number 13, tell me what is meant by kinetic energy? Right. The energy obtained due to the motion of object is called kinetic energy, right? Example of potential energy, the energy stored in the water stored in dam, right? The example for kinetic energy is moving car, moving object. The formula for potential energy is mgh, and the formula for kinetic energy is half mv square. Now let's understand the second form of energy, that is heat energy. The second form of energy is heat energy, right? The earth receives heat in proper quantities from the sun, right? From where did the earth gets energy? From sun. It gets energy from sun. That is how an atmospheric temperature favorable to the living world is maintained. Heat is a form of energy. Sunlight contains heat energy, right? Heat is produced by burning of fuel. Heat energy is used in kitchen all the time. Heat is measured in unit calorie, right? The heat energy is measured in calorie. Now let's try and practical. Take a convex lens and hold it over a sheet of paper in sunlight, right? This is a sheet of paper and this is convex lens, right? Take a convex lens and hold it over a sheet of paper, right? Now move the lens in a such a way that there is a tiny spot of sunlight on the paper, right? This is the tiny spot on a paper, tiny spot of light on paper. Hold the lens in the position for a while, right? What happens after holding a convex lens on a paper for a while in sunlight? That paper starts burning. That starts burning, right? And that is the example of heat energy, right? Generally, grapes which appear in the market during December and January are sour. However, in March, April, the grapes are sweet. Why is this so? How does a picture appears on the screen, TV, mobile, laptop, and a cinema theater, right? You have to collect this information. Okay. Now, light energy, type C is light energy. We have learned that plants make their own food with the help of sunlight. It means that light energy is transferred into energy in food. Plants and animals use this food for doing their work. It means that light is a form of energy, right? Light is also a form of energy. Now type D is sound energy. You might have seen the glass panes of windows crack due to a loud noise. Similarly, sound is used to control the movement of some toy cars. This means that work is done by sound. It tells that sound is a form of energy, right? It is also form of energy. Chemical energy. When wood burns, we get heat and light. Sometimes we hear a crackling sound as well. What makes this happen? The energy stored in wood is emitted in various forms, though through mechanical action. It is due to the chemical action in the lead acid battery that electrical energy is produced. Right? This is lead acid battery. The energy obtained through chemical action is called chemical energy, and that energy is called chemical energy. In which form is energy stored in the plant food? How energy obtained from cooking gas? Mechanical energy, heat, light, sound, chemical and electrical energy are the various form of energy. Right. What are the various form of energy? Mechanical energy, heat energy, light energy, sound energy, right, are the various form of energy. Right. Now revise this up till now. Revise from the type 1, form 1, mechanical, heat, light, sound, chemical. In which form energy stored in plant food? That is chemical energy. How energy is obtained from cooking gas? Cooking gas, heat energy. After a burning of wood, the various forms of energy, we get various form of energy, right? Now what we have learned in today's class? In today's class, we have learned about forms of energy. And what are the forms of energy? Which are that forms of energy? First one is mechanical energy. Second one is heat energy. Third one is light energy. Chemical energy. Sound energy. Now what is meant by mechanical energy? The energy required to do mechanical work is called mechanical energy. What is chemical energy? The energy required to do chemical work is called chemical energy, or the energy obtained by chemical reaction is called chemical energy. Okay, student. Now revise this. I will give you 2 minutes, then I will ask you questions based on it. Okay. Okay, have you revised? Okay. Now roll number 25, please tell what are the forms of energy? Right. Mechanical energy, heat energy, light energy, chemical energy, and sound energy. Right. If you have any difficulty, you can ask. Okay.